Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Lloydminster City Council has been working on updating the current land use bylaw for the city. Last updated in 2016, the land use bylaw has been a working topic for council for over a year now. The goal of the bylaw is to better align future and current land development with existing city plans supporting economic development in Lloydminster.
Ensuring that their red tape reduction, clarity, ease, those are all items that we want to see as council and through administration to make it easier for investment in our community, for businesses to grow, to move if they want to change locations. Those are all pieces to that land use bylaw that becomes really, really important.
Public engagement has been a core value of the bylaw up to this point, with hosting surveys and open houses.
There's residents that always have questions. What does that mean? Does that mean I'm going to potentially have a liquor store beside my home or a cannabis store? What about a school? All sorts of different businesses that are always in consideration. So that will be covered in the land use bylaws.
If you have any questions regarding the land use bylaw, an open house will be held Wednesday, March 20th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Service Sports Center. Lakeland College kicked off its program info session this morning for fall students in 2024. The info session was open for prospective students who want to learn more about the program they desire. Jessica Amandrud with Lakeland College shared some of the sessions the event offers.
Yeah, so students who come to program info sessions, they get to see the facilities, they get to take a tour, they get to meet the staff and the faculty. There's going to be breakout sessions. There are some parent sessions as well where you can learn more about accessibility, the different services that Lakeland offers.
Amandrud also shared some of the programs in Lakeland College.
Campus. We have university transfer, we have health and wellness, we have energy, so power engineering, third-class power engineering. We have business, a variety of certificates, diploma options, so there's a lot of options for students here on our campus.
Applications are free today at the Lloydminster campus and tomorrow at Vermilion. Sweaters are also given away for those who attend the event. The City of Lloydminster has approved for a full residential snowplow and would like to remind residents of a few things while crews work. Abby St. John has more.
I'm very happy to be joined here today by Dave Henning, the Director of Transportation Services with the City of Lloydminster. Thank you so much for joining me today, Dave.
Thank you.
Now, today, with the snowfall, especially the recent snowfall that we had, the roads are obviously back to being covered in snow, especially the residential roads. The highways are not as bad because they're driven on a lot, but the residential roads are really in need of some work. So that's where you come in, and residential plowing is occurring. So can you tell me about the stages at which you guys are going to be removing the snow from the residential roads?
Yep, for sure. So it's a full residential snow removal was approved just the other day. So we've got crews lined up. We actually started today in the blue garbage zone. So that's how we set up all our zones. There's a lot of people recognize their zones better by their garbage pickup. So we have 3 crews currently working this morning in the blue garbage zone, which is Parkview and Lakeside. And once that's completed, then we will move into the yellow zone, from there into the pink, and then orange and green. So we're going to do things a little different this year. We used to scatter teams out all over through all the garbage zones, but then residents had made comments that they seemed like the signage was up for an extra length long time. So what we're doing is we're concentrating on those crews in pretty much 2 zones at a time. Once the zones are completed, then we move out of the zones. So we have graders rolling in at 7 o'clock in the morning, and the trucks follow in after. So our normal shift is from 7 in the morning till 5 at night, Monday to Friday. We do not pick up or do not blade, in the garbage zones of that day. So for an example, the blue zone, Monday is a garbage day. So we will not be working in that zone unless all the garbage is picked up and the canisters are put aside, and then we may move in. So we'll work in yellow. Yellow is Tuesday, so then we'll bump back into the blue zone, and then we'll rotate around. So we ask residents to please remove all the vehicles from the streets. By doing this, It's a lot safer for our equipment. They're not worrying about vehicles on the street, going around them. And when my crew gets to the end of the street and they look back and it's all picked up, it's nice seeing the whole street done and not vehicles on there or piles of snow and stuff like that. We do not work weekends, so it is Monday to Friday because there is quite a few vehicles on the roads on the weekends, so we try to avoid that part. We're thinking it's probably going to be about a 2 or 3 week process, hopefully, and we're just continuing until we get it done.
That sounds awesome, and basically answered all of the questions that I had regarding, what you ask of people to make sure that they're aware of. And I think it's a fantastic idea to use the garbage zones and I think it's easier for residents as well because they know, okay, I'm in the blue zone. This is when I know that the work is going to occur. Why? I would like to talk about that a little bit. What was the decision, or when was this decision made to use the garbage zones? Because I think that is a really good idea and very helpful to the residents as well.
We've been using the garbage zones for probably the last 10 years now. We've been using it fairly consecutively.
Yes, I think that's a great idea, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks that as well. And I know you said it initially, but just as a reminder, how long do you think that this will take so residents are aware of how long they have to be cautious about where they're parking?
Yeah, so we're hoping that the whole program will take about 2 to 3 weeks. Our comms team right now is sending out notifications to areas blue and yellow, notifying people that effective immediately there is a parking ban in effect, and we only have the parking ban on for a certain length of time. Also, once we're out of that area and the streets are clean, people can park on the streets again, no problem.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everything goes smoothly with the snow removal, and so the roads and residential areas are clear. I know there's some already clear. I know my streets have been cleared and they look great, and it's fantastic to drive on. So I wish you the best of luck, and thank you again for joining me.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Thomas Wildman joins me for our first look at the weather report. Now, Tommy, it was a little cold at the start of the week, and luckily today we got a lot of sunshine, which was nice. Anything heading into the weekend here?
Yeah, it's going to be actually really nice. Originally, we were calling for a little bit of snow, possibly some rain into the weekend. That's not showing up anymore, though we will have to see as time goes on. We're going to get into those positive temperatures over the weekend, especially on Sunday, and then as the weekend go into next week, it's going to be looking very nice. So it's very nice out, but even today it was, as you mentioned, a very nice day. It was very sunny out, and as you can see, we're sitting at minus 14 and minus 18 today for our high and low, which is very good considering how we were earlier, where we were 20 degrees above the normals. For now, though, we're just a little bit warmer on the low side at minus 50. Only a 5-degree difference with that minus 13 as the normal low, and a normal high is at a nice minus 1. We really would appreciate those kind of weather temperatures, but those will be coming later in the week. Taking a look now at the current conditions at the Lloydminster Airport, that's probably one of the main reasons we're so cold today. 24 kilometers per hour out there with a minus 14 as of now. With that wind chill, they're getting down to minus 23. Taking a look at North Battleford, they've got quite a bit less of a wind chill there, but they're still a little bit colder than us, sitting at minus 16. With the wind chill, they're down to minus 21. Really humid over there in North Battleford for our friends out in Saskatchewan. And in Cold Lake, they're at minus 9 with the wind chill getting up to minus 17. They've got a tough wind as well, so must be very, very strong south winds coming across the eastern part of the Alberta border here. But taking a look at the current temperatures across the region, we're seeing Cold Lake sitting at that nice minus 9, as mentioned, minus 14 for Lloydminster. Around us, Marwayne sitting at minus 13. Vermilion out to the west is at minus 12, as is Vegreville. Wainwright sitting at minus 11. Provost a little bit cooler. A little bit cooler, minus 13. Edmonton at that nice minus 1 temperature, and Lac La Biche also pretty warm there at minus 7. Taking a look now on the Saskatchewan side, La Crosse is sitting at minus 8, as is Green Lake. Pierceland at minus 10, Meadow Lake at minus 11. Really different between Green Lake and Meadow Lake today. St. Walburg down to minus 14, as is Maidstone. North Battleford a little bit chillier at minus 15. Taking a look at tonight's forecast for North Battleford will start with -24 for them. It's partly cloudy and very cold for them this evening. Very tough wind there, a southeast wind coming at 11 kilometers per hour. So you will be getting close to probably -30 with those wind chills. So not the most preferable there. Cold Lake sitting at -22 today with some patchy clouds, and it's going to be very cold for them. 10% chance of precipitation though, so nothing major for them, but with that southeast wind, a little nasty, so we will be getting close to that -30 for them as a low tonight for Cold Lake. And now we'll finish off with Lloydminster at -18. It's going to be mainly clear and cold this evening, and then some rising temperatures late. 5% chance of precipitation won't mean much. The southwest wind there at 19 kilometers per hour will get us very cold down to those -30 temperatures as the evening goes on. We'll take a quick gander at the 3-day forecast coming up here, and as mentioned, we're going to get a little bit warmer as the days goes on. 2 degrees on Saturday, but it is going to be pretty breezy in the afternoon there, so that's going to be a little tough on Saturday. And on Sunday, 4 degrees, but it's going to be pretty windy, so we'll see those lows of -7. But that is it for our first look at the weather forecast. We will have some more news headlines coming up after the break.
Lakeland Rustlers women's basketball team completed their undefeated ACAC season, coming home with the gold medal. They also secured one of the top spots in the CCAA Nationals tournament, which will begin here in Lloydminster next week. Our Thomas Wildman has more on the exciting team.
The Lakeland Rustlers women's basketball team returned home with their third ACAC championship in 4 seasons, and the players were ecstatic with the win.
Oh my gosh, I was over the moon. I was so happy, I couldn't actually speak for so long. Just experiencing that whole moment with my whole team was just crazy.
With the win, the Rustlers now grab a premium seed in Nationals, and while some of the nervousness will be taken care of due to playing in their home gym, the veteran Rustlers will still have some helpful advice so that the team can perform its best.
Hopefully similar to what we talked about before playoffs and provincials last weekend, is that it's super exciting for the first 10 seconds of the game. It's nerves, it's butterflies, it's all those things that are good things, but then after that Chris was telling us it's just another basketball game. It's the same thing we've been doing all year. It's in our home gym where we're the most comfortable with all of our friends and all of our family. It should be the best environment for us.
With Nationals less than a week away, the Rustlers are finally at the point that this season has been building up to, and head coach Chris King has his team prepared for the ultimate test that Nationals will be.
We are playing a very good Okanagan team who's really quick. It'll be a tough matchup for us, but at least we can prep in here and crank the music up and simulate the volume all the time. So I think we got a lot of nerves out of the way at the ACAC championship. I think there's a lot of pressure on us, and now we can just play. This is obviously our second goal, is to win Nationals and give ourselves a shot to be in that national championship final.
The Rustlers will begin their home Nationals journey on Wednesday against the Okanagan Coyotes. Thomas Wildman, Primetime, local news.
While the Riptide Swim Club has been operating year-round, the summer club, which is called the Rebels, start in less than 2 months' time. Swimming is a popular sport among the youth in many communities, and that doesn't change right here in Lloydminster. Luckily, the summer program with the Rebel Swim Club is open for registration and starts right around the corner.
Our swim meets at Summer Club are a lot of fun. We are all in a gym. You kind of are in a camp with all your other swimmers, so you may not spend a lot of time with them because you're practicing when you're here in the water, but there you get to play with them because you have between 4 and 6 races in the day, and yeah, that's where they form their friendships.
Over the years, Todman has coached a lot of swimmers from youth to young adults and helped them get to some of the biggest swim meets, such as provincial championships this weekend.
Basically, last year was crazier enough, but now I have to go even crazier, kind of do it the same thing except twice as difficult, right? And of course, I made a few times, and a bit after I made those times, another swimmer, Quinn Daschuk, she made those times too, and now it's me and her with our coach, Corey. We have to go do this swim meet. It's gonna be a crazy one, but we're gonna try to get through it as good as possible, so pretty exciting.
If you want to sign up for the Rebel Swim Club, please visit their website. Callum Hawker, Primetime Local News. It's time now to take a look at all of your adorable animal pictures you've been sending in for our pet pics of the day.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to have them featured on Pet of the Day.
I'm joined by Tennille Zellweger, a realtor with eXp here in Lloydminster, chatting with me about the newly imposed land transfer exemption tax for first-time home buyers. Tennille, I know you're super busy, but thank you so much for your time. How's it going?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I'm doing really well. How are you?
I am great, thank you. So I know this is something new to the entire country of Canada, not so much affecting Alberta and Saskatchewan, but how is this going to affect other provinces around the nation, and kind of the market here throughout Alberta and Saskatchewan?
Yeah, so like you said, in Lloydminster, because we're a border city with Alberta and Saskatchewan, we actually don't have a land transfer tax. We just have the land titles registration. So it's not going to affect Lloydminster so much, but when we look at the other provinces like BC and Ontario, where house prices are substantially higher, it's going to significantly help buyers as new buyers are exempt from that if they're purchasing anything under 835,000. So when you look at the bigger centers like BC and Ontario, the median average house price has went up. So they've risen the price from 500,000 to 835, which is allowing buyers to be exempt from that land transfer tax, which is a huge amount. So I do think it's going to help first-time home buyers in many, many other provinces. And of course, Lloydminster, with the economy, things are starting to pick up in Lloyd. So I do think there's a benefit for first-time home buyers in Lloydminster as well.
So do you think this is a good time to buy as a whole throughout the nation, Tennille?
Yeah, so I definitely think, I mean, everybody on the news and everywhere, it's all about interest rates rising. But when we look back to history, history always repeats itself. And when we look back to the 1980s, interest rates at one point were like buying a home on a credit card. They were over 18%, which is crazy. Where now they're just around that 5.5%. Again, it varies on different lenders. But when you look at that, it is still a good time to buy because it's allowed buyers to have time to, instead of being pushed into a multiple offer situation all over the nation, they've actually had time to negotiate more, take their time and find the right home instead of being forced into just buying whatever they can get. So I definitely think as a buyer, it's a much better situation if you're buying in this type of market. And then in Lloydminster, there's lots of exciting new things happening around the city, which I'm sure you know with the economy. So as far as Lloydminster, there's definitely a lot happening that does make it incentivizing as a home buyer to be purchasing in the Lloydminster market, along with it's one of the most affordable places to live in Canada also.
Perfect. And to touch on that as well, I know this is more so an accounting question, but the federal government has come out with a new investing kind of pitch for first-time home buyers to, put away some money and to invest towards their new house or for their first house, sorry. Is that something you believe that, some young adults should be investing in and putting away for their first home?
Definitely. And that's where when there is things that you can utilize like that, I definitely recommend reaching out to your accountant or somebody that knows what's the right thing for you to do specifically. But it is definitely an option that I would recommend buyers that are thinking about purchasing looking into and reaching out to a professional to get a personalized plan.
Neil, thank you so much for your time today. I know you're super busy, but thanks again. And yeah, have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, thanks again for having me and you have a good day too.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery, downtown Lloydminster.
So today I'm here with Cynthia Young, the co-chair of the Heart of Treaty 6 in Lloydminster, to talk about this upcoming round dance we're going to see March 22nd. So Cynthia, can you just give us a little information, just like history-wise, what a round dance is and what it really means to Métis culture?
So the round dance itself, there's different forms of the round dance. You can do them for memorial, you can do them for celebration, and that's what we're doing here. We're doing a celebratory one for the whole community to come. We've probably had round dances in different agencies and stuff like that, but we've never had a community round dance. So it's going to be phenomenal. I'm so excited. I hope it's a good turnout and it'll be a lot of fun. And what it is you come out and you dance and you meet people and you just do some community initiatives and talking and stuff like that. And everybody gets up to dance and it's so welcoming, and I'm hoping that it just turns out very well.
And I know one thing that we've always seen with these round dances is that native dress, like the dresses, the beautiful outfits you guys wear. Can you guys just give us a little bit of just a background on what that really means to the culture?
So we're all probably going to be in skirts. My students, the Dreamcatchers, are going to be in the volunteer shirts we've got for them, but they'll all be sporting skirts, and maybe some of the boys might want to wear their ribbon shirts, and that's what's acceptable here. We wouldn't be in our regalia. Our regalia would be more for powwow time, but this night is like shirts and skirts, so it'll be lots of fun and really exciting and different kind of dances. So we'll have tiny tots, intermediate, a singles dance, couples dance, so it's going to be a good time.
And then can you tell us just a little more information about what's going to be at this dance, March 22nd?
So the casino generally donated a room for us to go to, and it's going to be, there's an artisan market. Lakeline College has organized an artisan market, so we have 25 artisans that are going to line the wall, and then we're going to dance in the middle. Red Tail drummers are going to be drumming, and our MC is going to be Grant Whitstone. So he'll be incorporating different things about the culture and facts about the culture, so people, it's a safe place to learn too, and he'll bring out those little informations up for us. So it'll be good.
And then what are you hoping people get out of this dance if they're not used to coming to round dances like these?
I really just want to get them informed and comfortable and wanting to learn more about the culture, because that's what we really want. We want to spread our knowledge and our culture all over like anything else, so that people understand it, so that they're not leery of it and they have a good understanding. So that's our goal.
And finally, Cynthia, is there any more information you want to tell us, like when, where, times,
Sure.
all that?
So it's at the Gold Eagle Casino. It's from 6 to 9, and it's in the big event room, and we hope to see you all there.
Perfect, and this sounds like an incredible event coming up to just support the Métis culture in Lloydminster.
Métis and Indigenous culture. So yes, it's welcoming for everybody, anybody. You can bring your young ones, you can bring your old ones. It'll just be a good night of just community engagement.
And Cynthia, thank you so much for taking some time to speak with us today about it.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Airports across the country are gearing up for a busy March break travel period. Travel deal website Kayak says the demand for family travel is topping the charts across the country, especially in Calgary, where demand is up over 100% this year over year, followed by Vancouver and Toronto. Pearson Airport expects nearly 1,000 flights coming in and out during peak times.
So I think the lesson to take out of this story is that if you're traveling into this upcoming March break weekend, especially if you're in Toronto, be early and be efficient. Because if there's anything about the Pearson Airport, I know from my experience, it's that delays are imminent. So
yes, there's constant delays out there. I'm personally flying out of Calgary in a week and a half, so hopefully no delays or kind of airport troubles that I don't want to experience really. Usually it's pretty good at YYC, I got to admit, but yeah, you never want to kind of push it too close to making the flight, especially over March break. It's going to be busy. So yeah, like Thomas said, if you are going out, please be early. Be early. That is all the time we have from Primetime Local News. Have a great night, everybody.